Hey everyone, this is Nick Vane from Awesome Distraction, and I'd like to invite you to a little behind the scenes with Awesome Distraction's upcoming album. Enjoy! This CD we're recording right now is actually going to be our fourth CD, which should be released in late May, early June. Is being recorded by Scott Zylstra in Kopmish at Frontier Recording. And he's really cool. He works really fast. He's very efficient with his work, and very good with it. From already what we've heard from the very little mixing that's gone into it so far, just pretty much the raw recordings with maybe a few level tweaks, it sounds really cool. And we're really excited to be able to put out this product to everyone who's interested in it. It's going to have 10 songs, maybe 11, not 100% sure. We still have to figure out some of the songs that are going to go on there, but it's mostly originals. We have 2 public domain songs. One's an old folk tune, not really sure who wrote it, I don't think anyone does, called Wayfaring Stranger. It was originally, I think, a slave song, and then it evolved into an American folk tune covered by everyone from Ed Sheeran to Johnny Cash to J.D. Sumner and everyone in between. And George and Ira Gershwin's song entitled Someone to Watch Over Me from the 1926 musical OK. We're very excited with this. It's been such a fun recording process. It's been mostly us doing the recording, Kyle, Chloe, Papera, and I doing the vocals. Kyle and I doing some guitar and bass. Kyle also playing drums on this. This is our first big professional recording where he's playing like a full kit on the recording. It sounds awesome. We also have a fiddle player out of Muskegon named Dan Seabolt. He's awesome, and we're so excited to have him on the tunes that we do. We're hoping to get some local and regional talent, but we're not going to spill the beans on that just yet. And we were able to raise all this money from our fans. We put out a Kickstarter in early January, and our goal was to raise $3,500, which we did, and we actually raised a little bit more, which was awesome. It's good to see, and very heartwarming for all of the support from the fans. And we can't wait to get it to everyone. Starts to pray, whispers to God, I've got something. We aren't 100% set on a title for an album. We might end up actually taking that to the fans again, or we might come up with it ourselves. We haven't decided yet. Kyle is very, very hardworking. He's also a very fast learner. There are times he doesn't really read music. So if I have any musical parts that I need to teach that are supposed to be, very precise or notation based, I have to physically sing them to him or to anyone else that might be singing with us. And it always amazes me how quickly he learns things. He's able to just easily come up with harmonies on the spot during the performance or while we're listening to the radio. It always amazes me how much of how hard of a worker he is, and it makes me very happy that I'm able to be in a group with someone who puts so much effort into it. It's actually funny that Kyle and I came together and became such good friends. We were not very similar in high school, and even today, as far as some of our interests go, we're not 100% in line with each other. We both do really like superheroes. We both really like music, obviously. For a few years now, our big bonding experience has been our movie nights that we have. he loves movies. It's one of his favorite things, one of his hobbies. Yeah, we're very different. But he always insists on wearing sunglasses. He has very sensitive eyes. He wears them all the time, and he wears them during the gigs sometimes. Definitely just too annoying sometimes. She's 16, and that's the thing that always amazes me and other people. I actually accompanied her at the same talent show that Kyle and I met at a few years later. I remember, I'm like, wow, you know what? She's pretty good. And it wasn't until I think it was last year when she started singing with us a little bit just to gain some performance experience that I'm like, oh my God, like her voice had improved and increased in control as well as her range and everything about it was just wow. And she also it's awesome. She works really quickly. She learns quickly. She's a very hard worker, just like Kyle. She picks it up right away, either on the radio or with us just by listening to us. I know there are a few situations where we've just kind of thrown her in on a performance, and we're just like, hey, you want to just do something? And she figures something out right on the spot. So she's definitely come a long way with that. And it's great because we've only been hanging out with her for a few months, singing with her and hanging out, and she just meshes so well with us. She's very easy to talk to. She's very easy to get along with. She came right in and she was ready to work hard, but she was also ready to be there and be not just a coworker, but a friend and someone to really enjoy. Awesome Distraction started just under 5 years ago. It started off with me, Nick Vane, and Kyle Garber. We went to the same high school together, and right at the end of our freshman year, we were in a talent show, and we were in it together, but not like in the same act. He did his song, and I did mine, and my dad, afterwards being the entrepreneur and opportunist that he is, tried to get us together and start playing. And we had known each other, and we had known that, we were kind of musical, but not to the extent that we eventually found out. And so in the next few weeks, we put together a small set, and we played that on the street for hours and hours and hours for tips and experience. And it was pretty fun. And eventually we were like, you know what? Maybe we should do this together for more of a legitimate thing. So we put together a bigger set, started playing. Big place for us was the Eagles Steak Fry, the first Friday of every month, I believe, at the Eagles in Manistee. And we did that in addition to any sort of other performance venue we could get into. And eventually we started to grow bigger. We grew some more contacts in Ludington and Traverse City, started expanding. An article in the Northern Express really helped us break into the Boyne City scene, which has been great to us. And we've gone through a few personnel changes over the years, but it's always been at least Kyle and I in the band, and I think it's going to stay that way for a while. Knock on wood, of course. The whole band experience has been great, musically, experientially, socially, and in addition to gaining a great band partner, I gained a best friend through this whole thing.
Perfect, baby, oh, you're so fine. Why don't you be mine?
As far as the band goes, there's not really someone who's in charge per se, unless you count my dad. He's been our acting manager for the past few years, and he's slowly starting to pass the baton to us on managerial duties. we've been booking a
Why
lot of our own
would
stuff for the past few years with his help, because he's got a little bit more experience, and we've learned quite a bit through him. It's funny, everyone always asks where our band name came from, and I really wish we had a great story for it, but we were just sitting around one day trying to figure out a name for this project that we thought it was just going to be a project for a while. We weren't sure exactly what was going to happen with it. And we had the great creative inspiration of going on Google, typing in band name generator, and then when it asked for keywords, we typed the word awesome, and awesome distraction was the first result. So it's not some great epiphany or anything, but it's I think very characteristic of the name, and I think it's a very appropriate band name story.
Where do we want to be here?
Why don't
First
you
course.